There he is. He's not going that fast. Get ready, he's coming up.
This week on The Outfitters.
Alligator hunting is exciting. You know that they can eat you.
I don't think the big one's made it around the corner.
He just disappeared.
You just never know. I mean, they can jump a good distance and you're gone. I mean, if they can catch wild animals, they can sure catch me.
Surfacing. Get ready, get on him right here.
And he could come up and grab you and pull you in the water and roll with you, and then that's it.
Get on him, he's gonna come up right here.
Behind the unforgettable adventure. Behind that trophy of a lifetime.
Oh my God!
There's an outfitter who makes it all happen. Join our dream team of veteran hunters and anglers crisscrossing North America to find the hardest working men and women in the outdoors. This is The Outfitters.
I'm Haley Heath, and this week on The Outfitters, we're in Central Florida, hunting alligators and hogs with Corby from Indian River Outfitters. And of course, what do I need for a beast of an animal? A beast of a truck. So I brought down with me the Ford SVT Raptor. Should be a lot of fun.
I love hunting, fishing. It's my passion. Mostly what we do is we do spot and stalk on the properties that I hunt, because I have access to thousands and thousands of acres of land. And it's a lot funner to be able to do the spot and stalk, or set up under an oak tree and wait for the big one to come up. That's smarter than the average person can get. Probably see 6, 7, 8 footers. And then I'm hopefully wanting to see a 10, 11, 12 footer, a trophy. And then we'll get on him and, we'll go try to kill him.
One of the first things I like to do when I get into camp is always sighting my rifle. I mean, whether you're driving or flying, anything can happen and it can get banged around. And before I go out there after an animal, I always like to sight my rifle. You just never know where the gun's gonna be. And with alligators, it's a small target.
To shoot an alligator's tough because you only have a minimal piece of his head at a kill shot as he's in the water. And most of them are gonna be in the water. They're not gonna be up on bank. They're a tough animal to kill, and if he's a big one, he's even tougher.
Such a little bitty spot that you gotta hit on an alligator, so it's gotta be dead on.
This morning we're gonna start out on a cattle pond. I've seen a large alligator, and the ranch manager has seen him missing a couple calves, and he had asked us to try to pursue this one first and eliminate him so he doesn't eat any more of his cattle, because it's his livelihood.
His nose is about that wide. I've known Corby 40 years. I've grown up with him. From a kid. We hog hunted together from years back. Corby started his outfitting business 2 years ago. We work real well together. I know what Corby likes, I know what he does, he knows what I do. He's my right hand, I'm his left hand.
Haley, we're gonna ease up here, we'll set up, and hopefully he's up. If he is, we'll take the shot. Me and Jeff will hook him. I'll give you my fishing pole.
Okay.
You and Jeff reel him in, and if we have to, we'll hook him to the Raptor, pull him out of the pond according to how big he is.
Okay. And this is the pond that the rancher was talking about?
The rancher's seen a big one in here, and he moved his cows out, so this is where we'll start.
Okay. All right.
If he's in the middle, it'll be about a 50-yard shot.
Okay.
And then we'll have to hook him with a fishing pole
And if he's on the
get him
other
out.
edge, he'll be
It'll be
about
100 yards,
100
and we'll
yards.
shoot, and then we'll run around.
I started hunting at a very young age. My dad would always go out, and I always wanted to go with him, and so he started taking me out when I was probably about 4 was the first time I went, and so at 6 years old, I was able to get my very first deer, of course with my dad there with me and helping me.
There he is right there. Can you see him? Low. She shot low.
Is it low?
I think it was low.
I'd hit bullseye right before we left to go over to that pond. So I'm thinking, I have no clue what just happened. I was trying so hard not to shake. And I could see his eye, and the water was rippling like right there. I was like, oh. I was trying to time the little ripples. Going after something that is such a tough game, I mean, a lot of times you know they're there. You might know he's in a pond, but you might sit for days and never kill him. I mean, and that's really exciting and frustrating all at the same time.
Haley, there he is over here.
Where is he?
Right over by the stump.
Where'd it go that time? Huh? Really?
I don't know for what reason, because we had sighted the gun in before.
We're sitting there scratching our heads going, what is the deal? This is not like me. I mean, I hunt for a living. I mean, I shoot all the time. Hit water again.
I see him going, I see wakes going to the right.
So we knew something was wrong, so we knew that shooting my gun at the range now was a must. We needed to shoot it again and figure out what the problem was. I was being fair to him. Warning shots or,
Well, you gave
are
him,
nice.
I thought we talked about it after the second warning shot that the third one was going to be it.
Well, in the morning though, like we're gonna stop and shoot my gun.
We're gonna shoot.
Because I mean, I was holding right on to him.
I want to see the difference in 20 yards and 100 yards.
And then try to get out there by 7.
7:30, I want to be over there tomorrow morning when it's nice, cool. He's up
Wind's
like he
not
was
blowing.
this morning. Yeah, there should be no ripples. And we're gonna get you lower to the water so that we get more visitation on his eyeballs in the kill area.
Yeah.
I don't think the big one's made it around the corner.
They'll sit in the water and they'll sit under the water and you won't even see him, and he could come up and grab you and pull you in the water and roll with you, and then that's it.
The Outfitters is brought to you by Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
I had a friend of mine that come down from Georgia, and he hunted with me, and we turkey hunted one time, and then he come down another year, and then he said, Corby, you should become an outfitter because you're great. You entertain people, you cook good. He said, you should just become a full-blown outfitter, and that's where I started. We're an hour from the East Coast, and we're 2 hours from the West Coast in South Central Florida, where the Osceola turkeys are. All right, we're just gonna check it just to make sure it didn't get knocked off yesterday in the truck going down, okay?
Exactly. Okay. Sounds good.
Fire it will.
Thought I'm right.
You may have
Right
just
now,
pulled this,
Yeah, I could have pulled on the first one, but
because this is where you should have been, close to from yesterday. Because if so, I may need to move that thing up 1 inch, and then that'll put us.
yeah.
Because you were always shooting just a little low,
little low
and maybe
every
that's
single time.
what we need. Bottom right.
It was clear that something was off, and we don't know what it is. We have tried to adjust it through the flight. Something's just wrong. So at that point, we decided we'd just hold off and try another gun.
I've never seen this kind of gator before. I've killed over a couple thousand gators. So
That's just his nose.
this is a very smart, unique alligator. This particular gator, he won't even show you his eyes. He just comes up with the tip of his nose, and all you can see is about 3 inches of his nose straight up. I have never seen a gator act like this before.
That son of a gun just stuck his nose straight up out of the water and went back down.
You know, we had spent so much time with this gator and decided, let's give that guy a rest for a little bit and us a rest from sitting there with that anxiety. Go right around, look for different gators and see what we could find. Maybe we could happen upon a big one. This rain is horrible.
Yeah, well, we can ride around in the mud and check different terrains and go check all the ponds, and you know, in a half an hour it may blow out of here and the sun could be shining.
Exactly.
If we're hunting and it does rain on us, we can pull over under a tree and sit for 15 minutes and it could pass right over. And then we can go back right to what we're doing. The weather in Florida is crazy. It's clearing up to the west, so what we'll do is we'll go over there, catch some of those ponds,
Okay.
and then we'll come back over on this side of the property later when it clears up over here.
Sounds good. Perfect. Outfitters that take alligator hunters do it lots of different ways. I mean, you can go by airboat, you can go by land, spot and stalk, or just sit on ponds, or you can go fishing for them. The way that Corby does it here is mainly by spot and stalk, you know, riding in the truck and going to different places, so being able to get to those areas.
The way that we do the hunts, we have a biologist come in to survey it for the cattle ranchers, and they do a population count on the property. What they do is they send their survey into the state of Florida, and then they issue us enough tags to keep the population down so they're not killing all of the wildlife. because they're so aggressive. They're killing the cattlemen's calves, they kill the deer, they kill everything. So it keeps the population down so that there's more wildlife everywhere. That one's probably 5 or 6 foot.
He doesn't have a very long nose.
Yeah, he's not big enough for what we're looking for this time.
Yeah.
You can see where he come up out of the ditch.
Looks like he almost stand like him right there.
I'd say he's an 8 or 9 foot gator.
Yeah, his paw print's pretty big.
Bigger than your
my
hand.
Finger.
Yeah.
See, his toenails are way up here. And the palm of it's back here. You can see where he just drug his tail, walking right down the road.
Right back in though.
He's walking down the road, he's looking for his girlfriend. When you're hunting these gators,
Do you see the big one?
they're very, very powerful, so you have to be cautious at all times.
How do you get on that corner?
They'll sit in the water and they'll sit under the water and you won't even see them. And if you were to go down there and grab something out of the water, he could be underneath there and he can jump half his body length. And he could come up and grab you and pull you in the water and roll with you, and then that's it.
He was all blowed up, and that current's going pretty fast. I think he's just blowed up and just cruising.
Alligator hunting is exciting in so many different levels because you're going after them and you know that they can eat you. And so for me, I get really scared on that, knowing that I'm going after an animal that can eat me.
And I seen how wide his nose was. His nose was probably 8 or 10 inches wide. It was a big gator. He's huge.
I don't think the big one's made it around the corner. I think he may have went in that pipe coral.
He just disappeared.
That whole thought you're thinking the whole time, especially when you're going up and down the canals and you're going through, you know, some grassy areas or going right to the edge of the bank. You just never know. I mean, they can jump a good distance and you're gone. I mean, if they can catch wild animals, they can sure catch me. You know, to get to those big gators, sometimes you have to get way back in there and you have to go through lots of different areas. And a Ford Raptor is exactly what we needed.
The truck is the most important thing that I have to have as being an outfitter. There's so many different terrains that I go through. You have marshy areas, you have sand piles that are real soft when it's dry, and then obviously when it's wet you have mud holes everywhere. And you have to have a four-wheel drive versatile truck to get you around. I come through here the other day, it's real nasty, so we're gonna...
That's exactly what I brought the Raptor for. You know, since I turned over the Raptor to Corby to let him drive for the whole entire hunt, I have a whole new appreciation for being the passenger of the Raptor because it was so smooth, no matter what we were going through.
When I had the Airboat behind it, you know, I could pull it at whatever speed that I wanted to, and it didn't shift up or down or anything. It's got excellent power. The Ford Raptor was wonderful to drive this weekend. It's amazing. The suspension in it is wonderful. The four-wheel drive. My next truck would be a Ford Raptor.
There he is. We keep chasing behind him. We watch the bubbles.
He's not going that fast. Get ready, he's coming up.
He was truly a monster.
Alligator hunting is exciting. You know that they can eat you.
They'll sit in the water and they'll sit under the water and you won't even see him, and he could come up and grab you and pull you in the water and roll with you, and then that's it.
Get on him, he's gonna come up right in here.
We keep chasing behind him. We watch the bubbles.
I go down on my knee, get a rest, he goes right back under.
He's not going that fast. Get ready, he's coming up.
He was truly a monster.
He's surfacing. Get ready, get on him right here.
He let out a whole bunch of bubbles at one time. I had figured him out by that point. Sure enough, he comes up, I get down. I got him.
Ring rides, Corb.
Haley got the shot, she took it, boom, and then me and Jeff had to hook him with the fishing poles to get him up.
There he is.
I'm on him.
Oh, right there. Grab it.
Whew. Goodness. Oh, thank you. We did it. I've hunted alligators before, just more of a nuisance type thing. I did 6, 7 foot alligators, and you know, it was great fun. I had a great time, but this is my first one at an actual trophy alligator.
Me and Corby was very pleased on Haley getting her largest gator ever. it was a great moment for all of us.
When we pulled him up with the Raptor, he came up that bank, and like my eyes, I know just got humongous because
Come on back a little
he
bit.
was huge.
A little bit. Womp.
I mean, it's the biggest gator I've ever seen in real life.
Just pull him up, then we untie you.
We could get him hooked to the truck and out of the ditch because he was too big for us to handle. He's truly a trophy alligator. That is a 11, 12 footer.
We did it.
Why it's so hard to shoot a gator is you got a small area to shoot him right in the brain. You got about a 2-inch wide by about an 1.5 inch tall area to shoot a gator. So it's very hard.
Even though he wasn't the one that we had started on, it made me happy because the other one had frustrated me so much that I was like gonna have a nervous breakdown because I told her that I would put her on a trophy alligator.
Now we're gonna spin him around.
Okay.
We had to put his head in that.
Yep. You go that way, Haley.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, we'll put these bed extenders on.
Yep. You got it over there?
He's so old that he's already wore his teeth out, but he's getting a new row in right there. See how he's getting the new ones in?
Oh yeah.
Takes a lot to feed these babies.
Whew.
I'm glad we had the bed extensions on this thing because he was so large.
12-foot alligator. And I was like, there's still room. If we wanted to go shoot a couple more to pile on top of it, we still had some room.
Oh yeah, we could have put another 12-footer in there.
I shot an alligator that was big enough to need the stowable bed extenders. I mean, you know, I've never done that before and had to pop those out, and I was really proud of myself at that moment.
Haley, this gator's 12 foot long. He's a monster.
Oh my God, are you serious? That is awesome.
He's bigger than I thought.
We got a little bit of downtime. It's hot right now. The hogs and stuff aren't moving. I'm gonna take you for a little airboat ride.
I've never even gone out on an airboat, and I've been doing this for years. And I had so much fun, but it's one of those things that Corby offers because there are families that come down here and not all the family members hunt. So it's an opportunity to get them out there in the outdoors and see wildlife and see the animals and have a fun time together as a family.
This area here is public land. This is where you have to hunt them with harpoons at night. You can set a wood peg with bait on it and catch him. Here you would be in a big hurry to try to get whatever you could before the next guy that's trying to get in front of you is trying to get.
And there's definitely a huge advantage. I mean, you're able to actually hunt and enjoy it than come out here and be fighting people. Nice for an airboat ride.
Yeah.
Not coming for a hunt.
No, you don't want to hunt. When Haley got ready to go hog hunting, we got her all suited up.
There's two big black ones. One of my favorite things to kill is hogs.
Okay. That's perfect.
Oh yeah.
Being an outfitter, it takes a lot of time because, I'm out here twice a week at least, if not more, and I'm filling feeders. After I do the grocery shopping and that, I come out, I make sure that all the beds are made, towels are ready for everybody, there's soap, shampoo, checking the tree stands to make sure they're safe for everybody, keeping your airboats up. It's a lot of work.
People expect a lot out of an outfitter. It's not always a dream. It might be a nightmare sometimes, but he makes it look so much fun. I mean, he's always smiling through it all.
When Haley got ready to go hog hunting, we got her all suited up, and I took a ground blind down. I told her, I said, Haley, I said, just sit here, till dark. I'll go back and I'll start dinner. Just shoot me a text. I said, you don't need me, you're a professional hunter.
I love the gator hunting, but in the evenings, I can go out there and sit, at a blind and kill a good hog. It's crazy having cows come in on you. I was afraid they're going to trample over me in a ground blind. It's beef. What's for dinner? I would rather have bacon. There's two big black ones. On the back's the biggest. I thought 2 calves were coming in. I mean, like literally, they looked huge. These 2 black things come running out of the bushes, and it was hogs. Here they come. They were getting skittish and a little spooked because, of course, the blind's never been there before, so I am ready to take one down. What came out over here? Raptor. Because I'm meeting a freezer. I'm talking about. Oh, I see her. Whew, that's a big old mama pig right there. She is huge. Now this will cut down on the pig population here in Florida. This is a giant. You know, it's so important to do the population control here and anywhere that has hogs. I mean, hogs are such a problem, they're such a nuisance, and they tear up the road beds, they tear up all of the land itself, so you know, tractors, trucks, even the animals, you know, get damaged by what these creatures root up and tear up on the land. So when you have the opportunity to come on down and do some hog hunting, it's great to help out the farmers and landowners controlling the pig population. I'm always grateful and happy when they ask if I want to go sit in the blind for a little bit and take a pig. Look at that.
Nice shot.
I know, she dropped. Isn't that awesome?
That's a good day's hunting.
I know.
12-foot gator, and then this. That's a nuisance ones we want out of here.
Well, that's what I was thinking. She came in with a smaller one, but I was like, you know, this is a big old mama, and she's the one we need to take out.
Let's get her loaded up.
Deal. I gotta put my bag and my gun down real quick. Corby's a new outfitter. I mean, he's only been doing it for a couple of years. I think it's a huge advantage because he's so excited about what he's doing, and that he wants to grow his business, and he wants more people to come in and enjoy what he works so hard to do.